Hello, Fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2016, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a very interesting month. There's a whole lot going on in the sky, and it is an important month for you. And even in the context of love, there is some very important things taking place. And that is mainly because of Saturn, particularly active Saturn in your opposite sign. So over the course of the last year and a half, and now going forward, I think about what was taking place 2015, this year, 2016, and 2017, you are having and experiencing Saturn slowly making a move through your opposite sign. And as Saturn makes this trek through your opposite sign, you're learning some very important things in the context of love. And a big part of that lesson really is about acceptance. It is about understanding that people are going to do all kinds of things that have nothing to do with you. They will make choices that are theirs alone based on their motivations and their past, and it really is not about you. And also over the course of this period of time, it is about being taken on a journey over which you get to get truly honest with yourself about what it is you really want in love and where it is that your actions are working towards what you want or not. So this is one of those moments this month, one of those hard truth kind of moments in this process. Now, to give you a little bit of a heads up, as we get to the end of the year and in 2017, the energy does change. It's like happy, positive, lucky, quick energy takes place in the context of love that really can have things turning around very much to your advantage very quickly. But that's a little ways away. And until we get there, this is the period of time where it becomes a lot more about reflection. It becomes a lot more about looking at yourself, understanding yourself, and considering ultimately where it is you are in love and why, and what needs to adjust so you can get yourself where it is you desire to go. So those of you who are open to meeting someone new, I think that this particular energy is going to speak that much more strongly to you. We have this eclipse taking place, and this eclipse is happening at the very base of your sky. It is speaking with Neptune at the very top of your sky and with Saturn as well in your opposite sign. So what this ultimately says to me is that it is love and understanding love and having to look at yourself because of love that makes you look at your past differently, helps you to understand where you've been differently. But also, there's an element here that has to do with maybe whether it is, heightened expectations, even unrealistic expectations of what love is supposed to do, or it could be acknowledging your disappointments, acknowledging when it was that you had hope and you had belief and then didn't work out. And see, that's the thing. That is part of what love is meant to teach us. Part of what love is meant to teach us is that, you know what? It's okay to have hope. It's okay to believe. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that for some of you out there, this might be that chance to give yourself that little bit of a break because you believed, because you wanted something and it didn't work out, and it's really okay to have that level of acceptance and to have that level of a change within you where you know that you're okay. It was what it needed to be, and now you are okay. If you do meet somebody new this month, it is certainly possible. If you do meet somebody new this month, I do think that chances are in some way they will be reminiscent of or remind you of experiences that you've already had or someone that you've already met in order to provide the catalyst for you to understand more deeply where it is you've been. Now, do keep in mind, at the very beginning of next month, we have a new moon taking place, and this new moon is speaking very potently and very promisingly in the context of love and new connections in particular. And you do have Jupiter right now gearing up early this month, will move into a part of the sky for you that is super romantic as well. So that is going to help to really counter some of the energy that otherwise could be quite serious. This is where things slowly start to turn around. So you are headed in that direction as we move into the middle of the month. It's just early in the month, first acknowledging what didn't work, where the disappointments are, so that then you can release them and start to move in a more positive direction. Start to move in a direction where you're that much more able to recognize how much love is available to you. And that is one thing for sure this month. Slowly but surely, as we move towards the end of the month, and especially once we get into next month as well, you will absolutely see how there certainly are options available to you in the context of love. Those of you who are in an established bond, I do think that the energy right about now, particularly if you live with this person, if you're in an established bond and you live with this person, it makes this eclipse that much more important in the context of your relationship and in the context of love. So you do want to be mindful of that. And it's possible that there are some disagreements where it comes to either where you live or your living arrangement. So just pay attention to that, because what often happens and what is possible with this is that these external things can become sort of symptoms of other issues that are taking place. Now, how much are you able to or willing to get to those more core issues or not, right? Is it really just about the fact that socks are there in front of your face? Or is it that something else is going on, something deeper is going on? What are the underlying dynamics? These are questions that may arise for you this month in the context of an established bond. And also, the actual space you live in can also be a part of this as well, whether it has to do with redecorating or actually wanting to move. That can be part of this picture. For a small percentage of you out there, some of this energy might actually work out in the context of parents and relationship to parents and how that is speaking to the bond and the love that you have. And, you know, speaking of that, speaking of like our parents, family of origin, early childhood experiences, it's amazing how so much of that ends up speaking to what it is that we manifest in our lives as we get older, and particularly as adults. And this particular eclipse does promise a certain glimpse into this understanding, into how it is that the past, and particularly your early life, has spoken to what you have today in the context of love and what you've manifested, where it's working and where it's not, where you can see the past more lovingly and where it is that you can choose not to live a narrative that doesn't work for you anymore. And that's the real blessing here. This particular month can be very empowering indeed, because there is a strong dose of heart and heart-based love, whether that is love for you, love for another, or love for love. Yes, a part of the pathway, particularly early this month, does say that there's a clearing that needs to happen, a fresh start that needs to take place in terms of your readiness and your willingness to love and to have the kind of love that you truly desire today, based on what you know you deserve today. While that is taking place very quickly, as we move further into the month, the universe will respond to that self-reflection. It will respond to that work that you do, working overtime. Not only this month, but as you'll see in the months to come, working overtime to deliver to you the type of love that you truly desire.